I read this book called Death Comes to Pemberly by P.D. James. It's a takeoff of a Jane Austen novel called Pride and Prejudice. It's like a mystery novel. There's a lot of suspense going on in it. All the characters that are from Pride and Prejudice are in this book. Lizzie, Mr. Darcy, Lydia, Wickham, they're all present. Except, there's a lot of stuff that goes on from the beginning. For instance, Elizabeth is going to be holding her annual ball with Mr. Darcy, and her sister's going to be coming to the ball to stay with them for a while. Well, when they're in the carriage and they're about to arrive, Lydia ends up falling out of the carriage and says that Wickham's been murdered and that they need help to go and find them. So then Mr. Darcy and a search party go out and they try to find this missing person. It turns out, though, that a companion of them was murdered and that Wickham was alive. Well, suspicion, follows Wickham, saying that he killed this man out of jealousy and out of rage for something that had happened years earlier. So then Wickham gets put into jail. Meanwhile, Elizabeth is, trying to comfort her sister, and Mr. Darcy's trying to get to the bottom of who killed this man, because they know it's not Wickham, even though Mr. Darcy can't stand Wickham because of, stuff that happened from Pride and Prejudice. He thinks that Wickham is a fool and that Wickham is untrustworthy. Because case in point, in Pride and Prejudice, Wickham, wanted to elope with one of Lizzie's sisters, and, he wasn't doing the proper thing, and basically Mr. Darcy, put a stop to it because of his love for Elizabeth. So that was going on, and it's definitely different than how Jane Austen writes. Jane Austen writes so eloquently, and in all of her stories there's always a happy ending. In this story, there isn't really a happy ending. Nothing really gets resolved. You don't really feel satisfied with the ending. That's all I can tell you. I wasn't satisfied with the ending. I would give it probably 3 out of 5 stars because the fact I love Jane Austen. This writer is good, but because of the fact that I was dissatisfied and then I didn't like it how it was boring in some parts. There should have been a happy ending. I'm sorry. I mean, that's how Jane Austen writes, and that's what should have happened. Some of the themes out of Death Comes to Pemberley: strength, perseverance, love. These are all important themes that are in this book. And I would recommend this book probably to people who are in college, because then I think you could appreciate it. Someone who's in high school might not really understand it, especially if they've never read anything that's by Jane Austen. They might think that this is just, hard to understand. But if you've read Pride and Prejudice, you already have the background and you kind of follow characters more. But, maybe if there was a movie that was made from this book, I would actually like it, starring people that we all know. And that is all I have to say about that.